Lauderdale, Florida. This is NAB Show Live.
Ryan Saddles are here with another edition of NAB Show Live and Broadcast Beat's pre-NAB Show coverage. Today we have a very special guest, Bob Boster, president of Clearcom. How you doing, sir?
I'm great, Ryan. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. So you guys have been around for more than half a century. What's the secret behind all that?
Well, we think of ourselves as being users of intercom first and foremost, and that leads to us having a great deal of expertise in a little niche part of the broadcast and really production business that people need to use, but not necessarily everyone needs to be an expert in. So our focus or our magic is about being able to be the intercom experts and support our users who need our expertise to get the system to do what they need it to do.
And Bob, I'm really curious, obviously the communications portion of the broadcast and production industry, even theatrics, you guys are all over the place. Your decisions are driven by changes, even like IP, I assume. So what's driving your current changes right now?
Absolutely. Well, we have a very broad portfolio, possibly even broader than most people know. So within that, we have a lot of different factors influencing us, whether that be developments in wireless and new frequencies and availability in different kinds of wireless areas, or IP and the use of IP as a way to extend and connect intercom together, really delivering the same traditional sort of two-way communication workflow, but on a different platform. So for us, IP is a major portion of that, and we really started the IP revolution in the intercom business and continue now with our third, fourth, and fifth generation solutions in the IP domain for intercom.
Would you mind giving us an example of IP communications in your industry?
Sure. Well, it's quite common that you'd have a studio, maybe a studio situation like you're in there, where you're doing production and you need to cut to a remote production team somewhere. The intercom system at the studio is built and available, and you may even have an intercom in your fly pack out in the remote site that's people know and they know how to use and they're used to using every day. But connecting those two things together used to be a fairly expensive and technologically complicated matter, whether it was trying to figure out an ISDN line or putting in a couple of phone lines or whatever. Now, run-of-the-mill IP offers the possibility for us to use our LQ product to connect those two sites together transparently. So the end users are still using the traditional intercom devices that they know in ways that they know how to use, but the backbone of it really takes advantage of IP's flexibility and low cost to bring a pretty strong power into the user's hands.
Bob, many folks may or may not know that Broadcast Beat is, well, obviously we're NAB Show Live, but we happen to be using Clearcom's technology at the show. And in fact, we're using the LQ product for IP communications. So for example, we're going to have crew members on our live show floor, in our live studio for NAB Show Live, the control room folks, the technical folks, the producers, the directors, even the talent is going to have an IP, just like this IP I have in my ear right now, which is Clearcom, by the way. We're also going to have folks remote that are going to be on cell phone devices using your LQ technology. Would you mind just kind of explaining to our audience how we're utilizing all that?
Sure. Well, the connection from the facility there back to our server in San Diego that we have available largely for use for demonstrations and that kind of thing, will be over our LQ system. And that uses a really dynamic encoding scheme for taking up really only as much bandwidth as you need to get out of the studio facility and back to the server. And then from the server, we will host our Agent IC application, which is an iOS app that gives a very elegant and I think user-friendly device interface to people to put themselves straight into the intercom domain. So you'll be able to have people on an iPad or an iPhone just pull down the app off the App Store, and off they go, integrating directly into your application there.
Great. So I'm sure you guys have something up your sleeve for NAB Show. Can you talk about any announcements, or you got to keep that tight-lipped at this moment?
Well, I can tease that we'll definitely be showing some advancements in our FreeSpeak 2 product. FreeSpeak 2 was a award-winning product for us last year, and garnered a lot of attention. We've had great success with it in the rental segment in a lot of different TV production applications. It's put on some exciting shows like the Oscars and the Grammys and the recent Fox Grease live show. All had FreeSpeak 2 really, integrally used in those productions. But we will have something new to add or extend in the FreeSpeak 2 offering to show at the show. So we recommend people come by and check that out. And then the other thing is peripherals get people excited, even though it's really, let's say, you could use nearly any headset on our products and that would be successful. But we make some great headsets, and we'll have some new ones to show at the show this year. So I look forward to giving people that kind of that tactile experience of a new bit of intercom technology to put on their heads and talk over and listen to and see how it sounds.
Again, Bob Boster, president of ClearCom. Where can we find you at the show, sir?
Come by and see us in the Central Hall, C6908.